Guys, I'm gonna get started in about 1 minute. Just our little Saturday vlog update, sort of shoot the shit for a minute. Here about 20 more seconds. Might give it a few extra seconds because we're losing some of our connection. See if we can't get that back. Starting to rain a little bit too. My wife says it's supposed to rain quite a bit here the next few days. I didn't know that. Hello everybody. Nice Saturday vlog. Oh, I think I lost my microphone here. Fix that. I'm not going too fast, gentlemen, so don't worry. You guys can witness the accident. Well, Saturday's not very eventful today. No work today. I went to my son's soccer game this morning, which they were not victorious, unfortunately. But he did kick a couple balls, which was successful. Soccer balls, that is. And I had to make 2 dump runs, which I'm just finishing the second one now, which is typically when I do my Saturday vlog because I have time to on the way home. Today, just sort of updating everybody on what's been going on. Summer has sort of hit here to a small degree. It was 92 the other day. Me and Mike and my brother and Mike's worker roughed in, or actually we finalized a ream install and ductwork. I started it up. I actually did a vlog on some of the airflow stuff because that particular ream unit, 16 SEER, only has 2 speeds on the X13 motor, high and low. We chose high. It's a little bit excessive as far as airflow, but it's much closer than choosing the low speed, which was way too low. We were getting sweat on the compressor with that. So I like the reams. I probably continue to set some reams. The next job I bid, I think, will be a Goodman because it is 2 systems in a renovated house. I might give them the opportunity to do ream or Goodman, but it'll probably end up being a Goodman job. I can sort of sense when people are wanting the cheapest possible price, and typically during these renovations, that's what it is. Just got done shooting a video on Target suction pressure, and I'll be releasing that. I might release it either Monday or Thursday. I did get back to editing. I'm still not feeling very well. The sickness is sort of lingering. It's on its 3rd week now. Not intense, but just a little bit tired of being sick and under the weather. But I did edit 3 videos. One of them is I'm troubleshooting a train video, and it's sort of just a short video. Do a little bit of turning here as well. Real short video, just troubleshooting a 2011 train unit, and I edited a couple more, trying to remember where they were, and I think I still have one left where I go through the apartment maintenance, and we see a few different things as I go through the maintenance on the 22 heat pumps that they have there. I came up with a method so I could get it all done in one day, and it did work. Right? It almost worked. If I had just like another hour or so, but I had to come back the next day. And a few of them were broken, so if it would have been smooth sailing, I would have got done. But the very first one I got to had to be repaired, so it was kind of, I knew it was going to be a slower day than I anticipated when I walked up to the air handler, one of those first company air handlers, and the blower wouldn't come on. But I'm going to edit that one as well. I'm trying to remember all the ones I did edit. It seemed like there was 3 of them. But you'll see them soon enough. And then there's the Target suction pressure video, which I just shot, which will be coming up soon. So that's 4. And I think there's maybe a couple more to do. But I'll also do a Target head pressure video. I've been getting some questions as far as airflow, how I check systems when I'm in the field. I I use a variety of methods, and a lot of it's just a combination of things. I do use target pressures in relation to superheat, depending on what kind of metering device it is. Oh, let me hold off for just a second, guys. We lost the signal. I'm gonna give it a second because I saw the signal dropped out there for a second. Well, I do use several different things. There's not one thing that I'll use all the time. You know, I like my vane anemometer. I used a DAFM3 for a long time. I did get the Testo 410i, and I'm using it, and it seems like it works very well. Because the vane is smaller, I don't know, there's a little bit of variance with how I use it. The DAFM3 has a much larger vane, so when I move it across the grill, I go about 5 or 6 swipes, and I've covered most of the grill. With the Testo 410i, it's not the same. I have to actually go over probably 10 or 15 times to cover the entire grill. And that's sort of what I had to do to get the best average. Because if I just like went 4 passes, like split the grill up into like quarters and just passed across and came back to the next one, came back to the next one, and came back to the last one, it really wasn't giving me that accurate of a CFM reading. But once I just took my time, took about a minute, went across the grill very meticulously, making sure that I positioned the 410i correctly, it would give me the same CFM pretty much every time, over and over again. So I'm really enjoying that. It's really easy to use. It fits in my bag, my service bag, so I can actually just keep it in there. If I need to check a grill, I can just take it out and do it. The DAFM3 has its own case, it's much larger. And while I would love to use it, since the 410i fits in the bag, the compact convenience of it, I really like. So, and you'll see that in videos coming up. I mean, don't take my word for it. See it in the videos. See if it's something you would like. As always, with buying tools and things like that, you know what? Take your time, study the tools, come up with your own opinion of them. I like it, but I've only used it 5 or 6 times. So reserve judgment for after you've seen it several times. And after the guys in the field, you see a consensus that it is a good tool. But when I am doing airflow, like I said, I'll use the vane anemometer, I'll use static pressure a lot of times. I'll take my temperature split and do the target evaporator exit temperature rule of thumb. And if you haven't seen that, that's on the Pro channel. You can see that, I don't know how many months ago it was, but it's probably about 3 or 4 months back that I did that video. And it just gives you a estimated temperature split for each relative humidity in the return. Because when you have your temperature split, basically your cooling is addressing 2 different things. It's removing sensible and latent heat. Basically, you know, water's condensing on the coil and you get the water running out the drain. That's your latent heat, basically. And sensible is just your temperature dropping. And when you have a lot of latent heat to remove, you have a high dew point, a lot of condensation on the coil, a lot of humidity in the air. You're gonna have a lower temperature split because a lot of your capacity is going to latent heat removal. So what I did was I took some of the formulas that I had run across, some of the graphs that I had seen from different people, and sort of created a basic rule of thumb where you could actually probably just remember in the field. Won't have to go back, get the, I think it's the SDP2 and other things like that to estimate it for you. You can have it in your head at all times and sort of get a rough idea. If you go into a situation and you're expecting a temperature split of, let's say, 16, and all of a sudden you have a 22-degree split, you can say, oh, well, you know, I must have low airflow or something's going on. Maybe the coil is blocked for whatever reason. Maybe the filter's dirty, and you can check that out. Use these things in conjunction with each other to confirm that you were correct about your diagnosis. Say, well, I think I'm overcharged because my superheat's low. But then you look back at it and say, well, my suction pressure is also low, so perhaps I have low airflow. Or I'm overcharged because my suction pressure is too high and I have low superheat. That would make more sense. So use different tests, put them together to come up with your diagnosis. And this is, I'm referring to the refrigeration circuit. Some of the electrical things are more straightforward. You know, they either work or they don't work. Or if you have a weak capacitor, typically you can have a few different symptoms of that. I mean, the motor might not start, it might start some of the time, it might start and then overheat and stop, and that can all be a weak capacitor. So that's one of the things we do. I mean, that's how you figure things out. You take several different things, line them up, and see where they point. Because any one thing might point at 5 different causes, but when you put 5 of them together, you can usually figure out the one cause. And that's what the service videos are for, to sort of give you experience in that area. You can see what I run into in the field, and that's why you watch a lot of different guys on YouTube. You get a lot of different experience from all across the country. Well guys, I'm almost back to the house, so I'm about to wrap it up. But stay tuned for, I have several service videos coming up. I just did, like I said, the target suction pressure video, and maybe we can talk more about how you put those together to get your diagnosis right in the field. We'll get back to load calculation and all those various things as time allows. And just stay tuned. Like I said, I haven't been feeling very well the last few weeks. I didn't do much editing at all for a couple of weeks, so I missed a few. I usually try to do Monday and Thursday with my videos, but I missed a couple of those. I'm gonna try to get back on track. Looks like I will be, and I hope you guys enjoy them. Again, any suggestions, you can put them in the comments, and I will see you guys on the next one. Somebody's been going mudding. Oh, they're smoking too, man. That's a lot of smoke. Smoking the ganja. Nice country road up a couple miles from my house. Real nice, quiet place. I love it. I love it. It's great. Try to get the chickens in one of the upcoming videos because they've grown quite a bit, so there's quite a difference between when I shot them a few weeks ago and now. But you guys stay safe, have a fun weekend. Hopefully you're